They come from all over the country in pursuit of America's most prestigious car show award. Years of work, effort, and dollars poured into every build in an attempt to win the Ridler Award. Since 1963, it's gone to the vehicle that best exhibits creativity, engineering, and quality workmanship at Detroit's Autorama. From the moment the cars roll off the trailer to the final preparations for competition, the meetings, intense judging criteria, and eventually the announcement of the winner, all over the place takes you inside the Grade 8, including everything it takes to win the Don Ridler Memorial Award at Detroit's 68th Annual Detroit Autorama. All Over the Place is brought to you by Canton Car Cave, Better Made Snack Foods, Stahl's Automotive Collection, and by Detroit Performance Center, the Motor City's hot rod hardware store. By the time the doors open at noon on Friday, the Grade 8 finalists have already been selected. Prior to that, the Ridler contenders anxiously await the delivery of one of these flags by their car.
You know, you hope and you dream that you can make it somewhere like this and be a part of something this big. Then when you get it, you know, there's just a lot of emotions. I'm so grateful right now.
We're in the Grade 8! Woo!
Wonderful. Thanks.
Congratulations.
Again.
We made the Grade 8!
Super. Thanks again.
Congratulations.
All right. Thanks again. Super duper.
Yeah! Congratulations. You made the finalists. It's like taking an Oscar. Winning a Super Bowl, you know, or a championship in sports. We made the Grade 8!
Well, to tell you the truth, I am just so proud of Jerry and his creation, and it's just a magical moment to be here. To be in the Grade 8, actually competing for the Ridler Award, because it is a very prestigious award, and that's exciting to be able to do that and all the work that goes into it.
The neatest moments is watching their reaction.
Congratulations again.
Well, it's what, 3 times? 3 times. Wow.
Holy that's great.
We are the Grade 8!
How has the quality of cars changed from when the Ridler was first awarded to today?
It's changed from a Ridler qualifier from 5 years ago probably wouldn't make it now. You know, these guys are out here looking, like I said, it's done over a period of years, and they know they keep having to raise the bar and outdo one another. And it's part of the qualifications for the Ridler is creativity and degree of difficulty, so that's factored into it. So they have that in the back of their mind, so they're pushing the envelope all the time.
Shortly after finding out they made the Grade 8, the finalists are invited to the judges' chambers for a meeting with the judges. They also get a layout of what the rest of the weekend will entail, and they get an opportunity to schedule their one-on-one interviews to discuss everything that went into each build.
We try and make this whole process very interactive with the builders and the owners. And I don't think any other show in the country interacts with the builders and owners as much as we do here. This meeting is one example of that interaction. And we give you guys an opportunity to speak to us about the vehicle. You guys at this point know it better than we do. So we want you guys, we want to hear from you folks about the car, the special features, what you think about it. Talk to us about the build. And then we're going to go into fit and finish, where we close it all up or open it up, whatever the case may be. You have an opportunity. I will say, if it has belly pans and they're removable, I would suggest you remove at least one so we can see what's underneath. If it has a top that comes on or off, I ask you to be prepared to take it on or off, but it's your choice. Anything that can be opened, closed, or taken off, that's what we ask you to do. That's what we're checking for, is fits and finishes, door gaps, hood gaps, all the finishes that we can see in the hidden areas with it opened, and the fits when it's closed. Then during show or after show on Saturday, we'll come down again in mass and start looking again underneath, undercarriages, all that sort of stuff, until we can finally pick a winner. We go back and forth until the process is finished.
Hey, even Grease Monkeys polish up okay. Before Friday night winds down, the Autorama hosts the annual Ridler's Ball. It's an opportunity to celebrate everything that's great about the Detroit Autorama, including this year's Grade 8 finalists. It's just another reason why the Detroit Autorama is America's greatest hot rod show. What has the process been like since you found out you were up for the Ridler?
Well, we had a meeting with the judges yesterday in the afternoon, and just went over a couple of things, what to expect yesterday afternoon and a little bit throughout the weekend. Went to the Ridler's Ball last night, which was exciting and fun, and saw some Rutledge Wood, and Chip Foose was there last night, so it was fangirling. It's just been really exciting, and people asking what's going, what'd you guys do with this, and how'd you fix this, and what'd you do with that. So it's been really exciting.
I have been fortunate to have a lot of really nice cars, but I never sat and dreamt of trying to be a Ridler. And we came here in 2014 with a car before this one. It was a 1965 Impala, and it was a full custom hardtop under the isca 1170, I think was the class. And it was a nice car, but the underneath wasn't done up like this car, and there was really no fabricated parts other than the grille. And that hooked me on the Ridler. And I made a sharp U-turn. I got a whiplash because of it. And let's go for the Ridler, having really no concept as to what it entails. And as Butch said at the meeting earlier today, you really need to do your homework. So for the next 4 years, we came here without a car, talked to people, checked. We were at the same meeting you were at earlier today. All 4 years, learned people's names, knew what was going on, and understood that the term good enough doesn't apply to these cars.
This was just the ultimate. Why not go for the big one if you can?
Well,
Anything's possible.
anything's possible. And for a guy that's been in the car world his whole life, to be even a Ridler contender is unbelievable. But if we won it, I don't know what would happen. I may need a defibrillator.
It's got a Pro Charger, and on the video it shows a computer generated how the hinges go, because the hinges had to lift it up and then take it out over the grill. So we grabbed that molding, it fit almost perfect, had to tweak it a little bit. These are all handmade.
Fits a whole lot better over there. That drip rail on the other side is really rough.
Yeah.
I noticed that's a wedge, kind of a wedge chop.
Yes, yeah. It's called a California chop.
Okay.
Yeah, not a Nevada chop, a California chop. Yeah.
couldn't change. It couldn't be something other than a 55 Chevy shape. It had to be that shape. But inside was free game.
Be a standout, could look really good from the ropes, but once you get into it, you know, if it doesn't fit together right, if the quality is poor, it's not going to be a winner. Not saying that's going to happen, but yeah, it's very easy to judge a car from outside the ropes when you get into all the nooks and crannies of how it's built, which is what you have to do at this level. Not necessarily what's done correctly, it's what's not done.
Judges have been very accommodating. They've been great. They've been great. You have a love-hate relationship with judges. I have in the past, but they've been very accommodating and very open with us. And that's one of the positive things that I'm going to take away from Detroit Autorama.
You know, they're not going to overlook anything, but they're not going to nitpick you and make you feel bad.
Once the judges complete their rounds inside the ropes, they return to caucus. This is where the real discussion and the tough decisions get made.
On the one side and the other too. Yeah, on the corners they get that. Even in the back.
On the corners,
yeah,
the wraparound.
Yeah, it gets real wide.
It got a little bit wider than the front on
both sides.
But I thought it was consistent. The left and right side were the same size.
Right.
You know what I mean? As far as being a quarter.
The gaps or whatever?
The gaps were the same size.
On the front, it seemed like the driver's side was just a little bit larger.
You think so?
I think they were pretty equal.
Yeah.
That sucker was straight, though. It was straight. Yeah, that chip paint down at the edge of the engine block on the driver's side.
Right. That's it. What was the underside of the wagon like?
It's really good. Yeah. It's even done up the side of the frame ruts because everything comes down.
I think he had the pans, they wrapped over the frame.
Yeah, but they ran up a side of it, and all that was finished, and there was no dry areas or anything in that.
It was all finished.
Yeah.
Again, that's a handmade. He made all the pieces in the suspension. Was that store-bought stuff down there?
No, that's what I'm saying. On the wagon, that was all handmade on backing plates and all that. I don't know about the A-arms and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's the backing plates.
But it doesn't end there. The discussion and necessary further inspection of the contenders continues well past show close, deep into Saturday night.
Well, guys, I think after that last look, I think we've the decision is rather obvious. I think we've found the winner. I mean, if there's any discussion of that, speak up now. But I think the car spoke for itself.
Agreed. Yes, sir.
Agreed, sir. Agreed. Cool.
Well, Sunday is fun day here at the Autorama, with the exception of the Grade 8 finalists, who remain on pins and needles in anticipation of the award ceremony and the announcement of this year's Ridler winner. What about for the contestants for the Ridler? What are they experiencing and going through right now?
Oh my God, probably the Pepto-Bismol is probably pouring down people's throats right now. It's probably worse than having your car go through an auction block just to see what you're going to get for it.
In your estimation, what do you think a car needs in order to win the Ridler?
It needs someone that is really dedicated and really someone that doesn't quit on something. It takes just a lot of stamina and understanding, and it's very tough. I'm a contractor by trade. I build high-rise buildings. I design build parking structures. This is the most difficult project I've ever taken on.
What would it mean to you to perhaps hear your name called on Sunday?
It'd probably be one of the most special things I've ever had happen in the world. I mean, as of right now, I've got 2 sons. Their births are the most important thing to me. And this process of this whole show is right there. I mean, it's special.
Oh God, if I wanted it, it'd be so awesome. Yeah, but there's a lot of nice cars here. There's a lot of stiff competition.
Wow, it's an impressive winner, everybody, and it's a family affair. A father and son Bradley and Brady and Corey, would you come on up? The Redliners, Newell, Minnesota, that's 63 Chevy wagon, and Lane Cargill.
It's definitely a dream come true to do it as a group together. They're tough days, but there's a lot of good ones, and today's going to rank there as one of the most special days in my life.
I know the boys really wanted to make sure they made you proud. Are you proud?
Oh yes, very much. The dream is gone. It's the reality now.
Now that it's over, how satisfied are you that you got it right?
I'm always satisfied. We've never picked the wrong car.
When you guys sit down for Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner, whatever it may be, how much of the conversation will be centered on what happened here this weekend?
I'm probably going to still be drinking out of that big cup.
We'll let you get to it then. We might have to fight over it at Thanksgiving. Years of hard work, culminating with America's greatest hot rod award. Automotive immortality achieved, and the signal is sent to next year's hopefuls that it's time to shift it into high gear.